Oh, sorry about this. This is a great question. So I feel like let me just come back on, make sure that I address this because I think this is a good point for me to clarify. And exotic Boerboel family, do I recommend a Boerboel for a family of three for a first time owner? With the proper research for a family, absolutely. Absolutely. Hands down, this is the ideal situation for a Boerboel. When you got family, you got people that are going to be involved with the dog because remember, we were just discussing about having the dog and then building this relationship, establishing this bond. When you got multiple people in the that are going to be able to be involved with the relationship of or raising of the dog is great. That is what multiple opportunities to interact with the dog for the dog to just be a dog, right? But with that understood, everybody has to follow the same routine. That's where the difficulty is going to lie. We got to get everybody on the same page. We got to establish family rules for the dog. Things that we are going to do, things that we are not. That is got to is that key. I can't underscore that enough because I even go through that with my daughters. Like when they're feeding the dogs house food or they got special because I have a special diet for the dogs, and I don't want them to get used or start to get choosy where because they'll feel like they can start to decide, okay, I don't want to eat that, go get me something else. And dogs are slick like that. That's how dog evolved, by being great beggars. And I think that's they're able to sympathize, get empathy from people. And so they're able, this is how they manipulate. They have you cooking grits and or bacon and eggs and making them nice sweet treats because they're sitting there and they're being so good and so obedient. But it's key to understand that all food got to come out of the bowl, and it has to be specific feeding times. The dog has to understand that the food is a reward base. It's a privilege, right? This is what you get for you earning your keep, for doing your job, for behaving yourself on a brisk walk, for going on the brisk walk. This is your reward. You have to pay attention so you can use food as a resource. Everybody has to understand that we can't sneak the dog treats no matter how much they beg, because they'll do that. They're gonna pray. They're gonna always be ready for the kids because the child is almost like right down there close to their level, and they have a relationship with the dog that's like no other. They're going to spend an abundance of time with the dog. So we have to make sure that the children are properly prepared to take on whatever role that they're going to play when if they're going to be involved with the puppy, especially. We're going to take this is our routine. This is how we handle the dog. These are the certain things. One thing that I will always recommend is keeping that leash attached, and you have to do it responsibly. I mean, this gives you an opportunity to always restrict the dog or put. Remember that we're trying to communicate through body language, so this always keeps the dog at an arm's length or at arm's reach, so the puppy can't think that he's gonna get away if he's able to get further increase the distance between the two of you. You want to keep the leash on the puppy. I mean, things like that. We can talk more about it if you have, if it's more, if I'm bringing any points that you want, that you can think about, we can talk about it. But this is great. That's a great point to make because we highly emphasize we want to see our puppies in homes with families. I think that's a great way to grow up. It takes me back to my childhood. Part of the reason that we do this is I mean, that's the main reason, not the part, but the primary reason that we're doing this is for the impact that the dog is going to have on your family, for the years of memories and moments that you're going to be able to share. And we hope that you're able to have this in a successful relationship. We want to help you develop a successful relationship. Even if your dog doesn't come from an exotic Boerboel family, we want to help you, we want to aid you and guide you and be the mentor, virtual mentor for you that we didn't have when I was growing up, when I was coming up in the Boerboel game. We're gonna help you because guess what? If I had a mentor, if I had some help, if I was a better prepared, I could have been that much farther. It was a lot of things that I went through that because a Boerboel owner is an advanced owner. It's not just I mean, the dog have so much potential. You have to be to be able to appreciate what this dog have to offer. It's it's deep. It's deep. So I absolutely recommend the dog for a family. So that's the ideal situation for a dog to grow up in, or a child to grow up with a dog, to have that the other person, because the dog, remember, the energy, and this is overlooked. People don't understand this. The energy that the dog is putting out, the atmosphere around the dog is positive, it's uplifting, it's motivating. And for a child to have that, it increases their confidence. This is scientific fact. They have more courage, they're more successful, they're going to be more responsible, less likely to abuse drugs and alcohol. This is fact. This is facts that you can that research. You know what I'm saying? This is what is a proven fact. Children that grow up with those are happier, less stressed, live longer. So it's a great opportunity for everybody involved, not just the family, but also the dog. It's a great opportunity, but and it's not a big issue keeping everybody on the same page, but it's something that needs to be established. And it's going to be difficult because children are going to be children. They're not going to always follow the rules. And that's just the nature of things. I appreciate that, y'all. And anybody have any more questions? If anybody have any more questions, I'll address them right now. All right, y'all. Peace. Appreciate you.